Okay, solving fractional equations, right? You usually get one of these towards the end of the paper, okay? So you've got to know how to do them because they're worth a lot of marks, 4 marks, and they're actually quite straightforward. They're not difficult, even though they're at the end of the paper, okay? What I want you to realize here is we've got two fractions adding together, okay? I know there's x's in them. There's x's here, there's an x there, and it looks kind of complicated. But just think they are two fractions, okay? These are two fractions. And when we have two fractions adding together, of course, we can only add fractions together when the bottom numbers are the same, okay? Now that one's 6, that one's 3. That's no good. But what we can do is actually make them same. We just need to think of a number that 6 and 3 goes into. Okay, so we need to think of a multiple that 6 and 3 goes into. And if you think, right, there's obviously lots of numbers they go into. Like they go into 12, don't they? They go into 18. There's lots of numbers. But the one that's speaking to me, the one that we sort of often look for is the lowest one. And the lowest one, of course, is 6. They both go into 6. So what we can do is change the bottom numbers. They both out of 6. Now that one's already out of 6, so we don't actually have to do anything. It's already out of 6. Now, to get that one, so it's out of 6, think about what you've got to do to the bottom. It's a 3 there, so to get it to be 6, you've got to times it by 2, haven't you? If we times the bottom by 2, you get 6. But if we're doubling the bottom, okay, if we're doubling the bottom there to get 6, we also have to double the top. Because what we do to the bottom, you have to do to the top as well. So we get 2x. And then we're equal to 2. So I wouldn't do anything over here, just leave it as it is. Now we've got two fractions added together. Okay? And the good thing is the bottom numbers are the same. So when the bottom numbers are the same, we can simply put it all over 6 and just add the top ones. So you've got 4x plus 3 plus 2x equals 2. Next then, what we do, I've got this 6 here, dividing everything here by 6. Well, I'd be thinking about taking that 6 over the other side and timesing. So, also, I could simplify the top, couldn't I? 4x and 2x gives me 6x plus 3 equals 2. And of course, I'm taking that 6 over and timesing. So 6x plus 3 equals 12. Simple equation I've got now, a really simple equation. Take the 3 over the other side, and of course it becomes minus. So we've got 6x equals 9, and then x becomes 9 divided by 6. Okay, these are usually in the calculator paper, so you could work that out in your calculator, but if you haven't got a calculator, if it's in a non-calculator paper, you could look what goes into these two. 3 goes into 9 3 times, 3 goes into 6 twice. So 1.5. Okay, so 1.5. Now if you didn't quite get that, I'll try and explain this one a little bit better. And we've got a similar situation going on here, okay, with the second one. So here we've got, again I want to add these two fractions together, so we need to get the bottom numbers the same, okay. And we've got 8 here and 2 here. Don't worry about this fraction here. Leave this one, ignore it. We just want to add these together. So 8 and 2. Now what we could do is obviously change them both. So they're out of 8. Because they both go into 8, don't they? Now that one is already out of 8. So I can leave that as it is. This one, to get that out of 8, I've got to multiply the bottom by 4. And I get 8. But if I multiply the bottom by 4, I've also got to times the top by 4 as well. So if I times the top by 4, I end up having that. Okay, remember when you times the bottom by 4, you then times the top by 4, but you have to times everything by 4. So you could put it in a bracket. Okay, so then remember then you've got bottom numbers both 8. So we can add the tops. We can simplify that top. On the top you've got x plus 11, and then that bracket will expand out, plus 4x minus 20, and you times through by 4. all over 8 equals 13 over 4. The top down we could simplify. That becomes 5x, and then you've got 11 take away 20 is minus 9 over 8, which equals 13 over 4. Now again, we're dividing by this 8. I would try and get that over the other side, because remember we want to work out x. So take that 8 over and times. So 5x minus 9 equals 13 over 4 times 8. I can work this out on my calculator. If I work that out on my calculator, this becomes 26. So I'll have to go back up here because I'm running out of room. So we'll have 5x minus 9 is 26. Simple equation now. Take the minus 9 over. So we get 26 plus 9. That becomes 35. And then to get x, I just divide by 5. And I get 7. Okay, 35 divided by 5 is 7. And the last one, similar situation. Now hopefully you can see you can scale that one up, so that becomes a 6. Okay, so we can leave that one on its own. Of course, if I'm timesing the bottom there by 2 to get 6, I've got to times the top by 2. They both then out of 6. And then I've got minus. There's a minus this time, okay? So be careful in this. There's a minus, that bracket. Okay? Now be careful here. Simplify the top. You get 5x plus 3. Now with this, you've got minus 2 times x. It's minus 2x. Don't forget there's a minus 2 there, right? 2 times in by minus 2. And then minus 2 times 10 is minus 20. Okay? Often people go wrong here, so be careful. Times in through by minus 2. Top then becomes 3x. 3 minus 20 is minus 17. Now we divide them by 6, so we take the 6 over the other side, times. On your calculator, this becomes 4, and then you've got yourself a simple equation. So 3x now equals 4 plus 17. 3x equals 21. X will equal 21 divided by 3. X will equal 7.